Well, what is up, y'all, man? I know y'all kind of missed us. We took the week off, but yeah, I can barely talk. It's in his own V and Z. This is Val,
It's your boy. It's down bad Z.
down bad Z. But you know what? We still because we still alive, as we told y'all throughout the
Yep,
whole.
yep.
The toughest part about being a sports fan in general is that normally there's only one champion. There's one Super Bowl winner in the NFL and the NBA. There's one person that holds up that NBA Finals trophy, and hockey they get the Stanley Cup. So we started off last few weeks, with a shot and all of that fun stuff. I still got my Bills cup here. It's kind of empty now, if you guys can see it. It still say Bills, still representing. But this what happens, you know what I mean, when you're trying to get over it. You start drinking a little more than you need to. But the good part is I won't be taking 12, 14 shots a game anymore because
That's a
yeah,
positive.
I get to get
Your
back
liver
to
is happy. Your
right.
kidneys feeling good.
Kidney's gonna be feeling better, and we kind of get to focus on the other things in life. When we put things in perspective, it takes time, but when you put things in perspective, you get to try to focus on other parts of your life. And shoot, I remember last year what it was like for me in that period from the end of the season to the start of the season. I went through hella growth. I went through a lot of things personally, and not being distracted by football or anything else kind of helped me really lock in. And that's what time it is. But anyways, man, how you doing, Z? How are you handling things? We'll dive a little bit into the game, but the object of today, folks who are listening, is to look forward. Look past whatever happened in the rear and try to look forward to what we got going on in the future. But Z, how are you dealing with it now after, a week and a half?
I'm just now starting to dig myself out of denial of all things football. You know, immediately following the game. Like football didn't exist. I don't even know what the NFL is. Who is this Buffalo Bills that you speak of?
Yeah.
That's how I need to process that last game of the season. Say, yo, bro, fuck this. I think it's even more just because the team we lost to. Like I feel like the wound is even deeper for this Kansas City again. And it's just
Right.
making like, you know what? Why am I doing this again? Why am I continually putting myself in this position for Lucy to pull that football back? Like I was hurt, bro. I was down bad. I'm just sitting there, man. I don't know, get angry at games. Into that game, man. I'm crushing beer cans, bro. I'm I'm
Yeah, luckily,
cursing.
yeah, luckily I wasn't home. I mean, and we normally start out from views from the inside, views from the couch, things like that. So like obviously watching it from home, you were able to smash a couple things. From inside the stadium, it was more like it was almost like the air got sucked out of the stadium, I want to say. And I don't know if it
Mhm.
probably seemed like that on TV, but like we were so like I just like if I can look back at it now, like trying to step back, so amped up going into the game, like from the tailgate to the first quarter to the second quarter, because
Bro, even going into the last drive, there was no doubt in my mind that they was about to score a
yeah,
touchdown.
yeah, and they
It
were
was just
moving the
no
ball.
doubt.
Right. They were moving the ball. Defense came up with, I think, a couple stops well, one stop in particular where they got the ball back.
It
And
was the last three drives, Chiefs ain't scored.
right. So it was like, all right, this is our chance right here. We converted a couple third downs. And honestly, once we got past the 30-yard line, in that game,
Like, oh, I'm good. Oh, we good.
less than 4 minutes, less than 3 minutes, I want to say, it was like, we could kind of,
It
squeeze
was
out
all the
the
way
last.
down.
Yeah, we could do the last possession, but I also get, and this is where playing the Chiefs get tricky. I also get if you see a dagger, you want to throw the dagger because it's just like it's going to take a touchdown to beat them. And I think that's the conflict that you have when you play a team like the Chiefs and when you're playing a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes is like you're forced into thinking, yes, I do want to take the dink and dunk, but I also want to get 7 points. And I think that was that was the part of Josh Allen's last drive that maybe he wants back, maybe he doesn't. I don't know how you feel, but it's just
I
like
mean,
I know he wanted that throw bad to Shakir.
at the
After,
end of the day,
yeah,
the shit was open.
right. It was. It was just he needed to be able to step into that.
Hmm.
And he couldn't. You know, you give Chris Jones credit. Dawkins is normally not the person who is getting pushed back, especially not this year. I thought Dawkins had an All-Pro season, so for that to be Dawkins' responsibility in that moment and him get pushed back into Josh lap, it just was unfortunate because I think Dawkins has proven himself this year to be a franchise left tackle. Shakir has proven himself. Hey, if you throw it in my direction and I'm able to get my hands on it, I'm gonna catch the ball. So like the thought of it, I thought wasn't bad. It's just when you step back, you start to think, okay, the thought process was definitely, hey, let me be aggressive in this moment because if it's there, like it wasn't like he threw it in triple coverage like Lamar Jackson. Like he threw it to a spot
Yeah, we're
where
gonna have to get back to that. That throw pissed
yeah,
me
oh
off.
yeah,
So,
we're gonna get
bro,
back. We're
yeah,
gonna get back
we'll
to
get
how
there.
Lamar. We're gonna get back to how Lamar let the people down. But now like that was it wasn't a bad idea. I'll just leave it at that. But again, it's like playing New England all over again, where sometimes you're gonna realize like it might be better sometimes to take the dink. You know what I mean? Especially if Diggs can catch that ball, which is another conversation. If he catches that 7 yard pass, you would hope he can get the first down, or at least make
Hmm.
3rd and 1, or yeah, it would have been 3rd and 1. So
Yeah, it'd have been third and shorter. Yeah,
third and
one or
shorter,
two
right?
at most,
But you
probably.
would hope if it's your number one receiver, they can get the first down. Like that's my
Yeah,
thought process. Is like if I'm throwing to my elite guy, I'm throwing to my top 5 receiver. I need you to run that slant, catch that ball, go up and get the first down. So that now, because think about it, if Diggs catches the slant and he gets the first down, now we talking about a minute, what, 40 seconds, a minute 30 seconds, and now
time is
we
not
go.
even in
Oh
the
yeah,
equation at that
oh,
point.
now we rolling. Now we forcing the Chiefs to call timeout, uh,
Hmm.
which I think they had 3 at the time. I want to say. So now you forcing the ball in Chiefs' hands to say, "Yeah, better call timeout because we gonna milk this shit." But you still want to even be aggressive then, because even if I get it to the 19, who's to say I'm gonna get it to the 9 and pick up a first down? Because
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
settling for a field goal. Um, so yeah, like I said, from inside the stadium, it just really sucked the life out of everything when they didn't get that 3rd down, and then you rely on a field goal. And honestly, even with Bass's struggles, it never really, really crossed my mind that he would miss it. Like, I don't know. I know some people from home, they've been
Mm-mm.
watching games all year where he's missed some shots. And in my mind, though, sitting there, I'm just like, fuck, you know what I mean? It's just gonna be a tie game. It is what it is. I think he's from 43, 44. I think I asked somebody next to me, like, what is this, 43, 41? I'm like, all right.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, whatever. Because it was going towards our end zone where we sit. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. That joint go and that joint slide right. And I'm just like, and I
Oh,
think
that really just happened.
like from a crowd standpoint, motherfuckers is just like, so, so, so that's what we doing.
Hmm. I was
Like,
just sitting there like,
so
did
that's
that just happen?
so
Did
right.
we really?
Right. And here's the thing too, and because this, this has been now sitting on me now for a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. And I'll let you go to the internet is a weird place, obviously, because after
Yep.
the game's over, we know they play the blame game, right? Josh Allen is can't be Patrick Mahomes. Thing I don't like is when I get opposing fan bases, opposing people, fans, friends, cousins, foes, whatever you want to call them. The thing that had me put my phone down was when people started tagging me. And I got some good people, and I know they all mean fun when they do it. But like those who laugh at the pain of Bills fans is always gonna get under my skin. Like I be trying to like not let
Nah,
it,
they got a special place in hell for that.
but that got me that night because I remember I was getting back to the car, getting back to the vehicle, and like I had a couple people tag, nothing crazy. It used to be kind of wild like years back, especially when I was fresh out of college. I had more people in New York City who really used to really laugh at my pain. But like I always thought it was funny, like, so you think like y'all think this is like fun?
He.
Like, nah.
Especially when your team is ass.
Or you may not even have a team. That'd be the funny part. Like,
Like, bro, you're not even a football fan. Why are you here?
Yeah, I mean, like, so that be the part that be killing me when this is all over. And I know there's a place called Facebook where people normally do stuff, but I don't really spend too much time on Facebook. So, like, whatever they be doing on Facebook, it is what it is. But like, I do want to say for those people who just find it in them to laugh at Bills fans, to wait for a moment like that to just pile on.
Eat a dick.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, dog. Like, I think I responded like, okay, what you want me to say? Like, I've been through this before. Like, I've been through worse. 13 seconds to me was my why right. Like, I know why right was crazy, and to be in the Super Bowl and lose like that, but like.
I could, bro. I'm so happy that happened when I
Oh
was
yeah, I'm
fucking
cool. I'm happy.
two,
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
happy.
I wouldn't be able to handle that as an
Yeah,
adult.
I'm happy
Hell
that
no.
happened before I was able to spell out my first name. But
Yeah,
um,
that would have broke my
yeah, that
whole
would hit my
soul.
heart. But I've had moments like I remember I had the moment in college when we was up on Dallas by 11 points and we lost that game. The Terrell Owens game, the five interceptions Tony Romo game. That was one that punched me in my chest because I remember being a freshman. Matter of fact, I was a
I was
sophomore.
talking
I,
big shit there.
yeah, I was a sophomore and I remember being in I might have been in Hemingway or wherever I was living at, and I just went in my closet and I was with, you know what I mean, I was, whatever. I had somebody else in the room, but they just was looking at me like, "You gonna be okay?" And I'm just like, nah.
I'm not.
I'm like,
Just
nah.
just just leave me be.
Like I remember, I was like, you know what I mean? And then we go back, we go through so many horrible losses you could think of. I mean, Music City Miracle was definitely like my intro. I was like 10 years old, 11 years old. That was like my intro. Like, ooh, you know what I mean?
Oh,
My
this hurt.
Yeah, my pop's telling me, yeah, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. Like, I'm like, nah, this
It's
this
not.
hurts. So I say all that to say, like, when people pile on us, especially like one of the most, if not the most loyal fan base, like I get it. We got crazy fans, we got nutty fans, we got fans that we sometimes don't even want to associate with. But at the
Right. Can't claim everybody, but
right,
like, yo, bro,
but,
in
but
the
at the
grand scheme of things, like, yo, man, we ain't won nothing. Why are you hating on us?
right, like it. So, oh, we lost to Patrick Mahomes. Oh, look at y'all. Son, that motherfucker is MJ of this era. It is what it is. I had to say it at least 4 or 5 times in the past 2 weeks. MJ and Phil right now, and I know people can go to Tom and Belichick, but they got to do that for some more. MJ and Phil specifically did it for 6 years. So that's why I can quickly go to MJ and Phil because I saw them motherfuckers do it early as a kid, but I saw them
Hmm.
stretch for like a 6, 7 year period that this reminds me of because this is a 6, 7 year period where Pat and Andy. I'll put them together. They just dominated. Now,
Yeah.
now we can talk Tom and Bill. 5, 6 years from now, 8, 9, 10 years from now, because one thing I'll give Tom credit for, as much as we hate him, Tom
And
did that
20-year dominance.
20 plus years. So if we want to talk GOAT, let's not use the word loosely. Because one thing that Patrick is going to have to go through, and we don't have to dive into all of this today because this is just a quick recap. One thing Pat gonna have to go through is he got talent in that AFC. I'm telling you right now,
Hmm.
he ain't gonna get a missed field goal every year. He not gonna get a fumble at the goal line from Zay Flowers every year. Like some of these plays are going to be had. Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud.
Yo, you know what? Now that you mentioned that, that's what it's even more remind me of Patriots because again, teams just find ways to beat themselves in those moments,
They
and
do.
that shit that's happening. Like, yo, bro, if I was a Ravens fan, I'd be devastated. Yo, that fumble would have took me out.
Yeah, for sure. And
That's a complete game changing play right there. And I'm just like, yo, you
an interception in the end zone. Like you can't do that. You can't throw
hell
an
no, that
interception
throw
in
was
the end zone.
terrible. I said, bro, what you see?
Nothing. Nothing. But when you playing Chiefs and when you playing Pat, you forced to, and this is from a coach's and from a quarterback standpoint, you forced to try to do things that you don't normally do. And I think Lamar in that game looked like Josh in the AFC Championship game in 2020. That's what that
He
reminded.
looked like he just
Not
I
look
don't know.
like
The moment's not too big for him,
it's not. It's
but
not.
it's just they just weren't they
They
weren't ready
they weren't prepared to go toe to toe. Think back to when we were in the AFC Championship with the Chiefs
the
in
first time.
and we lost that game by 17 points or whatever. Just remember how Josh was in that game. Not really being himself. He might have threw an interception in that game. I can't really quite remember, but like that's what reminded me of that matchup because it was like Baltimore, much like the Bills in that first half. Baltimore had some momentum early. They started losing that momentum and they started doing some uncharacteristic things, like you said,
Right.
like the Patriots would force you to do. Tanking
Taking dumb, unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. It's
stuff.
like, yo,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't listen, man. And
Dropping passes. It's like,
yeah,
yeah.
man, listen, the way to beat the Chiefs, we see what we use. I think what's funny is that you see what you can do in a regular season to beat them. Just like if you beat the Patriots in the regular season, 8-9 years ago, you
Mhm.
see what you can do in the regular season to beat them. Just play better ball than them that day. But come playoff time, you damn near got to play A plus.
Mhm.
You damn near got to play A plus, and you got to force Pat and them boys to do things that they're not comfortable doing. That's why I
Yeah.
say this year, looking forward for the Bills, safety is a big one for me, and obviously health at the linebacker level, because you're not beating the Chiefs without healthy linebackers and safeties who can cover that middle of the field and who can cover Kelsey. Until
Right.
Kelsey retires, you better make sure your linebackers and safeties are one band, one sound, like drumline. Uh,
Hmm.
and honestly, I felt like if you look regular season to the playoffs, that was the one thing that was kind of missing for me from the Bills was that regular season, you had Micah Hyde, obviously Jordan Poyer, but then you was also able to get your regulars at linebacker. Even if you go
Right.
back the last couple years, Tremaine Edmonds, Milano, whatever the case may be. This year, I mean this divisional game is like, are you telling me AJ Klein off of 14 days of practice and if it was 14 days, but we talking about
I
AJ,
didn't think it was that many.
right? You talking about AJ Klein, a rookie, and Dotson maybe at 87%. Okay, let's grow. Let's go out there and ball. Kelsey is a Hall of Famer. Kelsey might go down as one of the top two best tight ends of all time, like maybe the best tight end of all time. I mean,
Hmm.
it's funny because shoot, they lost one tight end and Tony
Picked
Gonzalez
another one right back up.
right back up. You know what I mean? And Travis Kelsey. So he's going to be in that convo with Tony Gonzalez, Shannon Sharp, Antonio Gates. Like he in that convo. And if you're talking about postseason, Kelsey might be the best postseason outside of Gronkowski. I gotta give a shout out to Gronk. I mean,
It's somehow already they already got more touchdown passes than that duo.
man,
Just
listen,
crazy.
because man, they on that run right now where it's like you got Pippen, you got Jordan,
Hmm.
you got Jordan, you got Phil Jackson. And now it comes down to who is going to be that team in Pat's prime that's going to really go
Hmm.
so. And like I said, I give Cincinnati credit because when Cincinnati got Joe Burrow playing in the playoffs, they're a nice matchup for them. When the Bills have Josh Allen playing and they're pretty much healthy, they're a nice matchup for them. Outside of the Bills in Cincinnati, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to show me you can really go toe to toe. Because right now, Baltimore showed me they're not ready for that. They're not ready to go toe to toe with Pat. The Bills show me they can, but the Bills show me that they either need to be completely healthy or they need to add reinforcements on that offense, at wide receiver, which we'll get into. Another good, valuable backup at running back. Just some more reinforcements, depth wise on in this secondary, especially at safety. So, it is what it is. We here now. We can't rewind the tape and press edit, cut, paste, copy, shift, move things
It
over.
is what it is.
We got Chiefs 49ers. But what would you say was your two biggest takeaways from the loss though, overall?
I, I, it's just hard to fathom. Like, granted, we know there's a lot of injuries on defense. There's no way to go around it, no way to sugarcoat it. But the difference between regular season Bills defense and divisional round Bills defense is such a difference, man. Like
Right,
they're one of the highest sack teams in the league, and then this game, nothing,
right,
no pressure, no nothing.
right.
It's just like just the difference between regular season, and then it's night and day. Like, what is that scheme? Are they just getting outplayed? Granted, when the Chiefs is on their game, their old line is very good, but
Yeah,
you know
'cause they did that last year against Philadelphia in the Super Bowl. Like we all thought
mhm,
going into the Super Bowl. I
that
know
was
me.
going to be a major weakness, and all of a sudden, they are playing like five Hall of Famers.
And that's the crazy part. Like I said, like that's why you can almost never count out the Chiefs because it's never one thing. It's never just Pat. It's never just the defense. It really is all parties. All parties
Mhm.
are prepared. All parties are playing at a high level. And that's why they remind me so much of New England and their stretches because when you thought New England was limited in one area, all of a sudden in an important game, they would just ball out. Oh,
Kevin
these
Falk get 115
yeah,
receiving yards or
yeah.
something.
Oh yeah, these receivers are just UPS men, and then you got David Givens just turns into fucking Terrell Owens. Like
Hmm.
huh? Deion Branch turns into Stephon Diggs. Like what is going on?
Troy Brown getting interceptions. Like, what
Yeah,
the
like yeah,
fuck is
right.
going on?
Troy Brown, Troy Brown playing corner, and now is the next Ty Law. So like it's annoying because obviously it always has to be in our conference. Like that's the funny thing about being a Bills fan too is like it's never just NFC teams that are just going on this dominating stretch. The Rams looked like they were going to be dominating for a while. That whole team got tore up. Philadelphia, that whole team took a nosedive. Dallas, we don't even got to worry about them. But like it's always the AFC. It's always the AFC. It's New England, and now New England. Tom Brady goes away. He do his little rah rah in Tampa for a couple years. He get them there, and then Kansas City just said, "All
All right,
right,
we'll take the spot.
we'll take this spot." And it's funny because we know how close the Bills are. Like Bills fans will tell you, we won what 4 straight division titles. Josh Allen is considered a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. I think you don't got to say top 5 no more. You don't got to say top this. You can argue Joe Burrow in the convo. So that's why I'll just say top 3. We got the top 3 quarterback in the NFL. You got a top 5 defense coached by one of the best defensive coaches in the entire NFL, and Sean McDermott. And like, you just sit there and say, hey, well, how many more years are they going to carry this torch as being one of the top 5 teams, but not getting to the goddamn Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
it's crazy. So we finally get the best quarterback we've had in our entire franchise,
Mhm.
and now we're stuck in the conference with Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert. Now it look like Stroud gonna be something.
Lamar Jackson,
Trevor Lawrence is there. Don't even mention Lamar.
Tua, if you want to throw Tua in there,
Tua, right? It's just like Anthony Richardson. He could be something.
right?
You never know. Is Aaron Rodgers going to somehow return to Aaron Rodgers? But like now I got to go through half the damn league
Gotta go through
of,
7, 8 quarterbacks, right?
and that's just in your conference.
Right, and that's what for me now looking ahead kind of makes it fun because now it makes it fun and stressful. I should say put both of those words together because now I look at next season's schedule and it's the same shit. Same shit. We going through the same roller coaster. Patrick Mahomes at
Hmm.
home, which we know it's gonna be a prime time game. You might as well book that. They might
Yeah,
make.
we play a lot of good
I'll tell you right
quarterbacks this
now.
year.
I'll tell you like this. If well, nah, they wouldn't put that in Kent. Nah, never mind. They wouldn't have it in Buffalo. But I'm about to say, if Kansas City win the Super Bowl, they might make that the season opener. But it would
Yeah,
have to.
it's in Buffalo though. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But anyways, that's gonna be an important game. We know that's gonna be prime time. But you look at the fucking menu of games that we got. Bro, you can put a primetime game for Miami. You can put a primetime game for the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Um,
49ers.
oh my gosh, 49ers. I think we play Baltimore, Detroit. Like, bruh,
Those can all be prime time again.
bruh. 1 o'clock where? Maybe New England? Maybe New England twice again.
Yeah, both. Yeah, book
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. But
It's gonna be It's gonna be one Sunday at one. They're gonna probably throw that shit on a Thursday
uh,
or some trash shit. But either way,
we
it's gonna
not
be
we not
another
seeing that. So so
prime time heavy.
so I say that to say like we are still in a good spot because our team is still one of the most entertaining teams to watch.
Yeah, the
Like
reason why I really feel good now for it is my quarterback's obviously in place. My old line in front of him is all under contract.
top
They're gonna
five,
run that thing back.
Right.
You got Cook in place now. You still got Diggs under contract. I got a young Dalton Kincaid. I got a young Khalil Shakir. I
Mhm.
got still a relatively young Milano and
James
a
Cook.
young Bernard. And so like there's some young core pieces in place that, all right, if they can fill in some gaps here and there, they can literally, all right, cool, we back.
Right. And
If
that's
they
what it's
can
all
get,
about.
listen, go draft you your first round receiver
Yep.
and you right back at it.
Yeah. Get you your safety in the second or third round.
Yeah, because again, if you roll out Diggs, first round receiver, Shakir, Kincaid, and Cook, you
And
telling me that's your skill positions? I'm sitting in a great spot.
you still got Dawson Knox in there, and you got Justin Shorter coming in off his red shirt year. He could possibly be a number 5 next year or whatever the case may be. So like,
Yeah, but that's my starting skill positions.
yeah, I'm good.
I'm in a good spot.
I'm very good.
Yeah,
Um, and that's why I continue to like not get too down because it's like shit. Would have been great to be preparing for a Super Bowl, of course.
yeah. It's hard to get too down when I know still had a quarterback in place.
And that be the main part. Is like we waited 20 plus years to say, okay, we have our guy. We
Mhm.
went to the Thad Lewis's and the Jeff Tools and the Kelly Holcombs and the JP Lossmans, the Trent Edwards. The list goes on. The list goes on. We know we
Yeah,
got Josh Allen. I mean, I can pick up my Madden joint right now. I haven't played Madden in a couple weeks, but I can pick up my Madden joint right now and see my quarterback on the cover.
right.
That's just the reality. So it's just like when you take a deep breath and you say, we was either one drop away or one kick away from this being a completely different story because I do still feel like we would have beat Baltimore, but we can't play the woulda, coulda, shoulda game, right? We can
Sure
do
can.
that every year. Oh yeah, if we would have did this, we would have beat Cincinnati, or we would have done that, we would have beat Ball. Can't do that.
Maybe, but they didn't. So don't
Exactly.
matter.
So for me, it's just another competitive year where they have to fight and claw. Next year is not going to be easy to win 12, 13 games. So
Sure ain't.
under probably going to still be the same. It's probably going to still be at 11 and a half or whatever it was this year. And
Hmm.
they're gonna have to fight and claw their way again. But the fun part is like you said, you're going into another year with your franchise guy. You're going in with another MVP caliber quarterback who is going to win you at least 6 games by himself. We don't want that to be the case, but unfortunately, he is that good where he's going to win some games by himself. The defense is going to obviously do their part. I expect Ed Oliver to continue to dominate. And hopefully he can just next year bring it to the playoffs. That's the only ask I have
Hmm.
of Oliver is like, listen, carry that shit over to the playoffs, and we are
Yep.
you
Hmm.
watch the tape on Chris Jones. If you can do what Chris Jones does in the playoffs, we good money.
Yep.
Um, Von Miller, hey, if you are here next year, we just need you to actually take down somebody. All right. 4 or 5 tackles for a whole year, not gonna do it for me. But like I said, I know you was coming off a serious injury.
Yeah, but this is going to be 8 months of healing,
Yeah.
8 months of more mental security on that knee. So I need you to come on the ball.
Right. So if he's with the team next year, I definitely need Ovon. And I know you'll be a year older, but sorry, dog, we paying you big bucks.
Hmm.
Point blank, period. Will we get Tre'Davious White by September? We'll see. But I expect Rasul Douglas to be in the fold. I expect Jordan Poyer, I believe, is coming back for one more year. Micah Hyde is the big one. I think he may retire or he may go elsewhere. Who knows? But dog, I'm hopeful that we can just as close as we was. Like it's just like 13 seconds all over again. This one was just missed field goal, missed deep throw, missed deep connection if you want to call it that, and we talking maybe a different ball game. And like I said, didn't come down to 13 seconds like 2 years ago, but very similar because we are this close. And that margin right there can come down to a player or two because we saw the difference that Kincaid made. We saw the difference that having a guy like James Cook can make being your top running back. I mean, the small difference from James Cook to Singletary, love Singletary to death. He balled out with Houston, but I think most people saw the difference.
Yeah.
Um, just that extra step. And his
Yeah,
gear is
that extra gear.
yeah, that gear is not like it's fucking we not talking Reggie Bush, but we talking able to get at least another 2 or 3 yards that Singletary really couldn't get. Singletary was good for getting you 4 or 5 when needed, but when Cook can go outside and get you 9 yards there, can get you 8 there, can get you 7
able
there.
to turn that corner because there's so many runs that should have been a 2 or 3 yard gain. He able to either slow play it or just turn the Jets on and hit the corner, and that 2 yard gain turned into the 9.
Right. So that's why I'm like, man, listen, dog. You said it a few minutes ago. You got a ton of guys on rookie deals. You got a ton of young players that's coming back next year. Those veterans who can't come back, cool. You address that in the draft. You get a couple cheap 1 year deals in free agency. We already had a couple takes on 1 year deals this year. I mean, look at the 1 year deal that worked out for us from Leonard Floyd. Like that's a 1 year deal dream for any type
Mm-hmm.
of Super Bowl contending team because you get a guy on a 1 year deal, he gives you 10.5 sacks. Like,
Right.
give me more of that. And I don't even know if he's gonna be able to come back, but either way, you can still use another 1 year deal on somebody to get that
Mm-hmm.
production. And you still got the young guys in the fold. You still got Greg Rousseau coming back, AJ Epinesa. I believe they may work something out. We'll see.
He gonna get overpaid somewhere, and good for him.
Right, right. He might. And like I said, if they can get it for cheap, cool. But if not, hey, if somebody want to give him 13,
Listen. I'm not losing sleep over any of these expiring contracts on that D line. Any of the D tackles, any of the defensive ends. Appreciate y'all service, but I mean, I'm not chasing any of y'all.
I hear you.
I'm
Um,
not overpaying for nothing. I can bring Shaq Lawson back for a bag of peanuts.
Shaq Lawson. That's funny. Yeah,
He
what
he fill a role.
come July, we'll see.
Yeah, nah, I'll bring you back for
Yeah.
who
Now I ain't gonna
live.
I ain't gonna resign Shaq in March, but if after
Yeah,
the draft, yeah, if after the draft we looking like
you still
we
hanging around? You ain't got no job back. Come on, run that thing back.
on back, man. We need another
Yeah,
body.
I'm not chasing that Vanessa. I'm not chasing Floyd.
Yeah, I mean,
That's that money, Lou.
right. I'm about to say it. To me, it really all depends on the money. Like, I know they're gonna do a bunch of restructuring in the next 4 weeks, and if the money is right for 1 or 2 of those players, I'm cool with it. But like you said, if they feel like they got to stretch in any way, when you have other positions of need, it ain't gonna really kill it for me. And before we move on too, because I know we can get to blabbing. We want to definitely shout out the new defensive coordinator, Babbage.
Yeah,
And the new
Bobby Bad bitch.
yeah, Bobby Babbage and the new offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. Um,
Official.
two young guys, 134, 140. I love the fact that we going with the youth movement and keeping it in house because
Hmm.
sometimes you keep it in the house and it's just like, oh, you just elevating dudes just because they in the building. But
No,
these
these are boys that earned it and
right,
deserved it. Like they both been in the trenches for years now.
yeah, and they both like are well like respected,
Hmm.
like not just in the Bills locker room, outside of the Bills organization. There's a lot of people who speak highly of Brady. There's a lot of people who speak highly of Babbage. So that makes me feel good when it's like, oh nah, this is just not a Bills thing. Like it's people outside of this locker room who got love for these guys. And I mean, for them to have a chance to grow. I mean, we know we've been through our share of coordinators now in the last 3 or 4 years. We went from being a team that was so year after year was the same guys now. And it's what happens when you get good anyway. Guys move on, some get
Hmm.
let go, obviously due to disappointment. But now you got a youth movement. These guys are closer in age with these players, maybe more relatable in some aspects. But McDermott now
Yeah,
can take a little bit of a deep breath. Because McDermott did a hell of a job this year. But now you can put more in the hands of Babbage and say, listen, man, you got the most out of our corners, you got the most out of our safeties, you got the most out of our linebackers.
mhm.
I need you to
Now, here's the keys.
get the keys, man. I'm gonna give you 30 plus dudes on that side of the ball, and I need you to get the most out of them.
Yeah,
Uh,
just make it happen, bro.
and I think he will. I think this
Mhm.
defense, I mean, shit, we watched this defense from 2017 be a middle of the road defense that was scrappy to a defense that's been consistently now top five in 90% of the categories in the last 5 years. So I don't expect much of a drop off. Kind of like you said, no matter who's in there, as long as we got our certified gunners in there, the Ed Olivers of the world, the Matt Milanos of the world, now Terrell Bernard has engraved himself in that conversation. Um, Tre'Davious White, we'll see what happens, but Rasul Douglas, I expect him to be obviously be back. Um, the the backup corners, obviously too, whether it's Dane Jackson, Kyer Elam is still on his rookie deal. We'll see what happens with the Cam Lewises and the Taylor Rapps, but I trust these guys. I trust
You,
Brandon.
you bring your man Dame back? What's up?
If it has to be, I think that'd be one of those situations where we'll see how that first week of free agency goes, where it's
Yeah.
like, all right, what's out there? Anybody willing to take a cheap one? Because we
I
know
said,
we
I hope we don't need him. I put it like that. I
right,
hope we don't need to sign him.
right. And honestly, I hope that you can just keep Kyer on a rookie deal and just say, hey, Kyer, you're our number 3 corner, aka your number 2 corner. If Trey not ready come September, be ready. And that's not to say that we're not going to bring in any more competition, but we're trusting you in year 3 to take that leap. And if you want to be in that rotation, ball out.
Yeah, we got to go take it.
Yeah, because
Yeah, and I'm definitely excited to see what the offense looks like after a full off season of Brady getting a chance to install his offense as opposed to his spin on Ken Dorsey's offense. Because I think it'll be a difference. I mean, you can't just install a whole new offense mid-season. You just make whatever tweaks and adjustments you can to the current stuff. So I'm excited to see what a full off season of Joe Brady, what that looks like for this offense. Because I even mid-season, I like the tweaks and stuff that he did. So I'm like, okay, I have some hope that they can do something to devise a little bit more for the mostly the passing games. I mean, he made some really good tweaks in the running game, and it was showing.
right.
But I really want to see what this passing game looked like under his offense and his vision. Because I mean, he got some tools that he has in the toolbox to work with.
At
But
every position, wide receiver,
yeah,
tight end, running back. I mean, I think we'll probably get another veteran running back because I don't expect Murray to be back. I don't expect maybe Ty Johnson to come back. I mean, just another body for the
yeah,
tight
I
end.
mean, they still technically got Hines
Oh yeah,
under
that's
contract for another year.
true. But I expect them to maybe go after another veteran running back because veteran
Yeah,
running back nowadays are cheap.
I hope they draft a fifth, sixth round running back that can just throw in
You
the
want
fray.
AJ Dillon? What you want AJ Dillon type of back
Yeah,
or another speedster?
no, I need somebody that's running like a 4.8. That's coming in like 228.
Or Mike Allstott?
Yeah, bro. I just need somebody that can run in a straight line, bro.
I feel you. I do want to move a little bit along, because like I said, our recap shouldn't be 3 hours because it just shouldn't be. We'll reconvene with you guys in the next 6 to 8 weeks as we prepare for draft season and all of that fun stuff, which I hate, but I love at the same time, but I hate. Super Bowl talk, man. We know it's the biggest, celebration in sports, especially in America, I'll say, because I know around the world there are other things that are more important. But Super Bowl in America, Swifties are obviously happy. The Kelsey family is gonna be there. The Mahomes family gonna be there. Who you got, man? Let's talk about it. Who you got?
First of all, I'm sick of seeing the Kansas City fans.
Yeah,
When I say fans, I mean the press or the suites. I'm sick of seeing all their faces.
yeah, man.
They all got such punchable faces.
Yeah,
I'm just
man.
sick of seeing them all. So it's overkill for me, bro.
Yeah,
Enough. But if I'm looking at it from an X's and O standpoint, right now it's hard for me to pick against San Francisco.
okay.
It's the it's the amount of weapons and the amount of different ways they can attack you.
Right.
It's such a versatile offense. Christian McCaffrey can do whatever the hell he wants on a football field.
Keenan.
Brandon Ayuk is a freak. Debo
Right.
Samuel is such a versatile animal. George Kittle can either block all game effectively or he can drop 9 catches for 130. Like
Yeah.
it's so many different ways that this team can attack, and their defense is full of dogs. Um, my biggest question mark is can Purdy hang under the lights?
Yeah. And that's gonna be real. I mean, we saw the same kind of team 4 years ago with Jimmy G or 3 years
Mhm.
ago. Like you can get that system quarterback to kind of get you to the Super Bowl, which is so hard.
But there's gonna be some plays that need to be made in that game. Yeah.
Right, which is so hard to stomach because it's like we talking about a system quarterback and we got Josh Allen and we like, oh yeah, you can get to the Super Bowl with a system quarterback, and here we are with a superstar. We can't even get there because Patrick want to just be in our way. But anyways, 49ers have proven that they have a formula that can get a guy to the Super Bowl. But like you said, Patrick done been there. Brock Purdy hasn't.
Yeah,
Will,
these lights hit different.
will the lights be bright? Because like you said, if he's just being a point guard and if he's just being Jason Kidd and Chris Paul, they can win the game.
But the thing is, that's exactly what they need.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it comes down to him having to make a play or two on his own, that's where I feel like the game might get a little shaky because
Yeah,
we
but I mean,
don't know.
he made some big plays
He
with his
did.
leg last week.
He
He
did.
made some
He
throws. I was
did.
like, okay, Brock.
But here's the difference for me is that I love Detroit's toughness, but their defense has been inconsistent.
Trash.
You know what I mean? Like they made improvements on the defensive side of the ball because I remember
But they still been gashed though.
right, but that's what I was gonna say. Last year they were saying like they were and
Definitely better than last year though.
yeah,
Way
last year
better
they were
than
at the
last year.
bottom of the league. This year they improved, but
Yeah.
improved is not elite. Kansas City's defense this year has been borderline elite, if
I
not
don't even think it's borderline. Yeah.
right, if not flat out elite. That's why it was crazy enough that we scored 24 points against them, but that's neither here nor there. But this is not Detroit, so this is going to be okay. They're going to take away somebody. We don't know who it
Mm-hmm.
is. It could be McCaffrey. It could be Kittle. It could be Samuel. Most likely to be McCaffrey. They're going to force you to make a play or three at times. We know they've done it with Josh. We've seen Josh when he's played Kansas City, especially in the regular season. Josh has had to hurdle motherfuckers. He didn't have to throw balls left-handed, throwing balls from out of bounds to Latavius.
Falling in the sideline.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just
we know what Kansas City will force you to do. They will force you to be Superman. They damn near was trying to force Lamar to be Superman, but guess what? Lamar decided to tuck his cape in and say, you know what? I'm going to be Tom Brady when he's not Tom Brady. No, Lamar, you should have been Superman, but that's neither here nor there. Brock Purdy gonna have to show that he can be patient and that he can stay under control. And really, from a coordinator standpoint, their coaches on the Niners gonna have to get around whatever gets thrown at him because one thing you got to give Spag credit for, Kansas City, he always has a great plan. Like he always has a great plan. Like in big games, you're gonna get Spag best. So that's gonna be for me reason why this game comes down to single digits because like you got coaches, good coaches on both sides, but Spag and Reed together. I mean that's what you call fucking
hell of a
like
combination.
yeah. I mean
Hell
we
of a
know about
combination.
right. We know about the Pat and Kelsey combination, but
Yeah.
Spag and
I mean, this game here, I mean, it's a matchup of two of the best offensive minds in the world.
right.
I mean, Kyle Shanahan now has proven that I can come with one of the most creative offenses you've ever seen. But I will say, like, if 49ers defense show up the way they did against Detroit in the first half, Kansas City not giving away the game the way Detroit did.
Yeah. Fred Warner and them boys got to come to play too. Like Fred Warner, if you
Yeah.
want to consider a top two linebacker, you saw what happened with Raquan Smith. I thought Raquan
Mm-hmm.
Smith, Patrick Queen was going just like shut out Kelsey and all of that stuff. Kyle Hamilton. No, didn't matter. Kelsey was still out there just
Yeah. So I'm like, if they show up with that same, let that team drive down the field them first two possessions, yeah, that
hurt and it's like
Kansas City, they'll pull that car right into the garage.
yeah, man. And that's the thing. Like you can bet against them, and I feel bad even betting against them. I mean, I had a lot of people, we was on conference call the other day, and they was asking us like, who we got winning, what's the score, and whoever get it right get a free lunch or something. How they do corny shit. Um, and I think I did Niners 24-21, which I might change because I'm gonna give our final prediction on this show. Um, and like everybody else is doing Chiefs. Like they asked like 18 people. I was
I
like,
said, Chiefs.
bruh, at least 15. Me and James, we stuck to
What's the
our gun.
spread on that now?
They got Chiefs as the underdogs. So it's funny because Chiefs right now are like the point and a half underdog or something like that. 2 points maybe. I think it's a point and a half though. But yeah, like 15 of them said Chiefs. I was like, shit.
Yeah, right now Kansas City are 2-point underdogs.
Point. So that's okay. That's more than I thought. I thought it was just a point and a half, which obviously ain't much of a difference, but
Yeah, but then they can obviously still move between now and then. But Yeah,
So
right now it's 2 points.
yeah,
It
so
opened at one.
yeah, so like I said, it's gonna be a toss up. I think it's gonna come down to a game being within at least 7 points.
Yeah,
And
listen, I can't say ain't no way. I think there's a very slim chance of this game being a blowout.
right,
Both of these defenses are too good to, I think, let the other offense get away. But I think what's really getting me is if San Francisco defense comes to play, I don't know if Kansas City has a skill position to overcome that.
right.
Because right now it's still Kelsey and Rice and a whole bunch of mid. Pacheco, cool. He Pacheco also, but outside of that, receivers,
I
no
want,
one's
I want to see
trustworthy.
him. I want to see him and Fred Warner go head up. That'd be a collision I want to see. Because I wanted to kind of see him and Raquan Smith, but I don't think they really ever went head up, head up. But Fred Warner, man, that's another great linebacker, man. Like again, I'm disappointed with
Probably
Baltimore
the
offense because
probably the best in the league.
that's what I'm
So
saying. Like that's why I was kind of disappointed in Baltimore defense because there was times when I thought they was going to like completely shut them down, and they did. Because let's be honest, in that second half, Chiefs offense didn't do much. So I
mm,
definitely want to give. I definitely want to tip my hat to Baltimore defense, and that's why I'm like Niners defense can do very similar. It's just on offense they got to be patient. I still
yep.
think I still think the best way for Niners to win is if McCaffrey is the MVP. But I think
Don't think. Listen, if I had to bet money right now, I'm 100% putting all my money on McCaffrey to be MVP because it's just the amount of stuff that he does.
Mhm.
Because again, you want to take him out the running game, all right, that's fine. But you know you can just put him out in the slot and just treat him like a receiver
Right.
because he run routes better than most receivers and he got hands better than most receivers. So
Right.
all
And
right,
they have a linebacker that can defend him.
yeah, I was gonna say you want to throw Gay on him, yeah,
And Gay just missed the last game.
yeah. So I mean, you got good, you have good athletic linebackers, but don't you dare put one of them linebackers one on one on McCaffrey. Don't even think about it.
Oh, a nice little wheel route. Beep. Brad back. He ain't gonna drop it like Cook. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
yeah.
he definitely
Listen.
paper for MVP. Like right after Patrick Mahomes, I got McCaffrey. I got McCaffrey right there as MVP of the Super Bowl. I will give my number prediction first. Like I said it on my teams.
Oh no, we wait till next week, man. I didn't even think about scores yet. You got scores already? All right.
Well, I ain't know if we was gonna record next week because I was like, shit, is the
Mm,
recap and next week. I mean, if we
do
want to,
that. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. All
I
right, let's get a
mean,
score going then. We'll get the
yeah,
score going just in case.
yeah, just in case, because I mean, like I said, we don't know what's gonna happen next week. I mean, a full episode about the Super Bowl would be cute, but when the Bills ain't in it, listen, I don't know if they can get an hour out of me. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's tough. But on the real, like I said, I gave one score earlier this week. I think I may put I may put a few more points on it this week. I'll say 27-23 Niners. I think it will be a slow fought, hard fought first half and maybe like 10-10 at the halftime. But I think the fireworks will start to pick up in the fourth quarter. When there is some more like, all right, somebody got to take this game over. So I think there will be a couple back and forth sessions in the fourth, but I'm gonna go 27-23. It's liable to be 17-13. I've seen Super Bowls ending the teams before. Shout out to the
Mhm.
Patriots way back when. But I'm gonna go 27-23 Niners with McCaffrey as the MVP.
All right. So, I think 49ers are gonna win the game. It's big Super Bowl square season.
Oh yeah, first
So
down. Touchdown.
I'm gonna throw a square buster out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 25-21.
Ooh, not the Buster.
Yeah, but I think there's be a 2 point conversion in there somewhere just to kind of throw a
No.
five in there. So
Oh man. I mean, well, that
so
might
we
make some people happy.
yeah we fucking squares up with my score.
Yeah, man. I like those 7 threes and those ones and those zeros. Those zeros, woo-wee. Give me
Yeah,
those.
bro. If you in one of the squares or one of the joints that they got the minute by minute score, and you got 0-0, yeah, you damn near guaranteed some money unless somebody scoring that first minute.
Right,
But
right. Not nine is a cool one too at times, depending on if it's a field
It
goal.
can be. You get that 5 of that too. It's like shit. I might as well throw this paper away.
Yeah. Yeah, but you never know. Like I said, you can get a 4 field goals in the first half, get you a 12.
Need a damn safety. That's
Yeah.
what I need.
Or get you a shootout and get you a 42. But yeah, man, it's square season, man. It's square season, man. Y'all, for the most part, man, I wish y'all the best of luck. With y'all squares, with y'all parlays. I'm sure y'all gonna be putting together 6 legs, 12 legs, 18 legs. Y'all gonna be
On
doing
a 50-cent bet.
you know, you know what I mean, throwing $2 to win, you know what I mean, 32,000 type shit. But now, man, it's the time, man. If your team ain't playing, man, perfect time to come up. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? Find you I don't want you to say commercials, but find you something to be entertained. It might be kicking it and having the best food that you can think of for that game.
Yeah,
Um,
fuck all that. How you feel about this Usher joint though? Looking forward to that?
I think so. I mean, I'm last time I was hyped for a show. I think they had Snoop Dogg and them boys on it a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, that was hot. That was hot.
So I give Jay-Z credit. Jay-Z is the man behind all of the entertainment now for the Super Bowls the last, I want to say 3 or 4 years. So ever since Jay-Z took over, man, he's been trying to do a better job of like catching the crowd for the Super Bowl halftime. So shout out to Hove. Like I said, a lot of people forget that he got his hands in the pot. So shout out to Hove. I expect Usher to do his thing as usual. I know some of America, you know what I mean, may not
I
pay
mean,
that.
it fit. I mean, he been doing his Vegas residency. They in Vegas, so
But that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like most people should feel it. But there's always gonna be a hater. I remember when Beyonce did hers, they were like, we heard some hating. We heard
Oh
some.
man, for a lot of people, if it's not 70s classic rock band, they don't want to hear it.
Oh, I think
If it
Rihanna
ain't
was
the
last
Who, they
year.
don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I think Rihanna was last year with some hating. Because that's when she showed the baby bump, I think, last year.
That
Last
was last year? Was that 2 years ago? That
think
was
it was,
2 years ago. Who was
or it might have
last
been
year?
2 years ago. I can't keep up, bro. I can't keep
Damn,
up.
who was last year?
I think it was Rihanna because I remember I kept thinking, "Ooh, Rihanna gonna be our Super Bowl person," but I could be wrong.
I gotta check that now because now I'm out of care.
Yeah, because I know
So
Snoop Dogg was recently. I know Rihanna. Shit, fucking. All I know is every time they announce who's doing the Super Bowl, I always think, "Ooh, the Bills gonna have this person," and then obviously,
oh no,
you
yeah, last year was Rihanna. My bad.
know, yeah. So we had Riri. So that's what I said. Hove. Shout out to Hove. Shit, fuck.
Yeah, and before that was an Eminem Dre and
Exactly. Yep. West
Snoop
Coast.
and the weekend. I forgot about the weekend shit. That shit was I don't even know what
Oh
the hell.
yeah, he was
Man,
coming out the. Dun, 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 dun,
that's
dun.
that's it's on that COVID shit. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah, a bunch of COVID shit. It was a lot of shit. But now for real though, man, I wish the best of luck to everybody out there, man. Have fun, be safe. Obviously, now we don't got a bunch of people traveling, going out there. I mean, if you are going out there, salute. But I'm pretty sure most people either watch it from home, from a friend house, family house, whatever the case may be, wherever you're watching that, man, get that money, be safe. As for us, if you follow us, we are in the zone VNZ on
Yes,
Instagram.
sir.
We on Twitter. I think it's the same handle, but I'm gonna just double check while we are about to sign off because I do want people to kind of be in the loop when we got a new episode dropping because we might do a special free agency
Yeah,
episode.
Twitter's in his own with VNZ. Twitter
Okay.
handle is zone coverage 716.
Okay. Appreciate that. Yeah, zone cover 716, no spaces. If we got to throw that in the description or whatever we can, but yeah, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. We appreciate y'all for riding with us. I think what is this technically season 2? Uh,
End of season 2.
oh man, listen, it's been a journey, man. We had a lot of momentum going into the season. It was we're coming off a tough year. I mean, the Damar Hamlin situation. There was the Von Miller coming back from injury, Tre'Davious White coming back from injury. There were so many storylines. But I'll end it with this, man. What was your favorite part of the season, Cyrus?
Oh man, my favorite part of the season. Yeah, I don't even know, bro. Ah man, I don't know. Probably had to been that Dolphins game, bro.
Yeah, you stole mine. So I was about to say the same thing.
That being in the stadium for that, man, that stadium was rocking. put up points against a team that just dropped 70 on somebody.
Oh, I was gonna pick the away game, but yeah, you can do the home
I was
one.
about the home one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that was an electric atmosphere though.
yeah, but that was two. I mean, man, it was a fun ride. It was a
It
fun
was.
ride.
Listen, man, being a fan of a team that is in our position every year, it hurts, but we can't lie that it is entertaining. And I think as a sports fan, you got to remove yourself emotionally after it's all said and done and look back at like, you know what? I'm fan of a legit team that's not fucking ready for the draft in October. That's not looking to look at draft prospects in November. Like, I'm a part of a team that has a chance to win a Super Bowl every year. I'm a part of a team that has 6 games on prime time every single year. I'm a part of a team where not just people in Buffalo want to see him, but people in San Francisco, people in Minnesota, people in New York City are grabbing their friends to be like, yo, we watching the Bills Miami game, pull up. Like we have that team now. Like, so I want people to understand, live in the moment that guess what? Only one team gets to win the Super Bowl. That team right now seems to consistently be Kansas City, but only one team gets to win the Super Bowl. Everybody else is fighting for the same goal. And guess what? Unfortunately, you can't all win the Super. Everybody doesn't get it. You don't get no participation trophy. It's none of that shit. There's only one team gets the trophy. Everybody else got to work harder. So the Bills are no different. You see the guy in my background, Diggs, and the rest of the gang, they got to come back stronger.
Yeah,
Work on,
Diggs need a bounce back season for
yeah,
sure.
get on the jugs machine. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Josh Allen, let's work on, some spotty decision making at times throughout the regular season. Playoff Josh, we know what we're gonna get from playoff Josh.
Yo,
Playoff
his playoff numbers are
are magnificent.
fucking ridiculous, man.
His numbers are stupid. Like if he
And what's
plays
crazy
like
to
that
me
all
is
year,
he's putting up those type of numbers, and people still got the nerve to say he's not good, he can't handle the moment, he not this, he not
well,
that.
listen,
I'm like, y'all
yeah,
not really watching these games.
we ignore those people because we know what it looks like to crumble in the playoffs because we've seen other quarterbacks do that. That's why when I hear comparisons to Philip Rivers or anybody like that, I'm like, yo, those guys never put together playoff strings like Josh Allen has. Those guys never competed at a level Josh has in big games. Those guys crumbled in big games. Josh doesn't crumble
Hmm.
in big games. Unfortunate things happen in big games. Defense, special teams. I mean, special teams, literally, if you want to keep it a buck, special teams has cost us like 2 out of our last 3 playoff losses. If you want to include the fake punt with the missed field goal, and then if you want to include 13 seconds, special teams. I mean,
Hmm.
we can go back 25 years and go to the fucking Music City Miracle. Like special teams, it's one of those
And
things that
why ain't right, man? That bitch.
oh man, listen. So we can have a whole episode about special teams, but like on the real though, like it's never just about the quarterback. That's why I love hearing guys like Mel Kiper and other people who've been arguing the last 2 weeks. That's like, yo, you could try to play the blame Josh game, but it's 53 people on the roster.
That
You know,
boy needs some help.
man, and it's not to say, oh, this guy's playing with UPS people. No, it's
No,
just to
he just
say,
needs somebody to step up and make a play.
right. It's just in those moments, you need a catch. You need a
Hmm.
55-yarders to not hit the turf.
To
You,
not go through their hands or hitting them right in the arms and
right,
dropping right in the
because
bicep.
we've seen in some of New England's biggest runs, guys came up with tough catches. You can think
Hmm.
about Wes Welker, Amendola.
I mean, you look at both the Giants Super Bowl wins. You
Oh
got
yeah, you got to make the play. We can
make the
go back
play,
to Donovan McNabb and them boys when Fast Freddie Mitchell had to make a play on 4th and 26 or whatever it
make a
was.
play.
Make a damn play. Because the quarterback, I'm gonna do the best I can.
Hmm.
I need y'all to, you know what I mean? Every once in a while. Oh yeah,
If I put it on your hands or in your arms, I just
mhm,
need you to come down with it.
right.
Tough play or not.
The same thing with special teams. Hey, listen, man. If I leave the ball right here at the 25, I just need you to go ahead and just knock that in for me real quick. Just give me
Mhm.
a little bit of a chance. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next minute and a half, but listen,
Right.
this is the furthest I can get it. Bass, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Knock that thing through for me.
And then when I gotta look up and all right, now I gotta look at you like, yeah, I got you, buddy. That's sports though. And that's why we continue to watch though, because sports, it's a roller coaster, man. Like there's no such thing as just like easy being a sports fan. Shit, I'm a fan of the Knicks. You know, I've watched these boys give me the roller coaster ride for the last 5, 6 years. Now they finally balling. Now I'm like, oh shit, guess what's probably gonna happen in 2 months? They probably gonna fall back down. They probably gonna crash, and I'm gonna be like, oh shit, here we go again.
Probably. What you mean by probably?
I'm just saying they rolling right now, the hottest team in the league in January, 14 and
Yeah.
2.
I mean, they are balling right now. There
Yeah,
is no way
14 and
around
2.
that.
No Julius Randle, no OG the last couple games. Mitchell Robinson been gone for 2 months. It is what it is. Boys finding a way. MVP Jay Brunson. But
It's
anyway,
because Randall not playing.
yeah, could be. Oh man, Brunson doing it big for number 11. But again, sports fans, man, take it all in. Take this time, y'all, for real, for real. I say it every year. Take this time, though, to focus on yourself, focus on your health, focus on getting all your chickens in a row. Like I said, last year around this time, I had 6, 7 months to get myself together before I had a great um, fall, winter with the Bills and going through the ups and downs of that. But there's a great time to get yourself together, get your family together, get your life together. We ain't going nowhere. Like I said, follow us if you're not. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. All you gotta do is type in the zone with VNZ and we'll pop up. You'll see our faces on there. So subscribe if you haven't. Z, any last words you want to hit them with, man?
Been real. Appreciate y'all rocking with us for another season.
Sir?
As you see in the background, it's always next year.
Oh,
It is
unfortunately.
what it is. We'll be back. And Josh, we trust.
Josh we trust, and Bean we trust, and McDermott we trust. Listen, it is what it is, man. Like I said, next time we talk to y'all, hopefully, we'll be here. We'll be sharing some great news about free agency, the draft, all of that. It's coming. Just stay alert for the announcements, and man, y'all take care of yourself, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace out,
Catch y'all
mother.
next time.
Sir, man. Y'all take care, man. Peace.